Whether it's a new user or a veteran user to VR that's trying to show off virtual reality to their friends, one question I constantly see asked over and over again is, what are the best experiences for new VR users? Now, this video is going to focus on two major things when it comes to the experiences that I'm recommending. The first and most important is going to be comfort. The second is going to be ease of use, because for me personally, as I've done many demos with new users that aren't even into games in general, it is important for me to be able to have the confidence that you have clicked the correct thing within that headset, because unless I cast it, I'm not going to know what's going on in there. I know that I said that this is a list of recommended games for new VR users, but this is not a recommended game. This is a required game. If you get into VR, enjoy mini golf, or just insanely elaborate scavenger hunts with great scenery and unique settings, Walkabout Mini Golf is wonderful. It starts at $15 for the base game. You get 8 maps full of 18 holes. Each individual hole will have you on a scavenger hunt for a unique ball that you are able to then switch to and use in game. Every single DLC offers the same thing as well. So if you get a new DLC, expect to get 18 new balls added to your inventory as soon as you find them. Each DLC is only $4, and if you want to get this entire game and everything that's released so far, it's only 50 bucks. And yes, I know I say only 50 bucks. Pretty, it's steep to some, I understand that, but well worth it if you know that you're going to enjoy mini golf. After you've done those base levels, there are hard modes for each and every level with scavenger hunts of clues. You're not looking for balls anymore. You're finding whatever piece of clue is on that map, whether that be a piece of paper, an arrow, or a lily pad. You are going to be looking and trying to figure out what the lore behind that map is. And after you're done, you get a new club as well as some cool clothing to use on your avatar. So for me, this is a required play just because it is so comfortable, it's so easy, and the concept of this game is essentially the monopoly of the golf world. Everybody knows how to play mini golf. So whether you're 13 or 113, please, for your own sanity, grab this game. The next game I want to recommend is Demeo. This is a tabletop turn-based strategy game. If you grew up with Dungeons and Dragons, you'll probably recognize the character classes for the most part and kind of assume what they more than likely do without going into detail. There are 5 complete adventures in this game that range anywhere from 1 hour playtime all the way up to 3 hours of playtime. It really depends on you yourself as well as your party. You can play as a single player or up to 4 players in any single one of these stories. If you are a single player, you're going to be controlling 4 different characters. And if there's 2 players, you can decide if you want to have each person control 2, or if you want to make it really difficult and have each person control 1. I don't know if I'd recommend that for the beginners though. There's also something called Heroes Hangout. This is like a community hub where you can meet people to play with. You can paint miniatures, which I know for a fact within like the 40K community, that is like a huge thing. And there are other activities to do in this hub as well. But overall, I love this game. I love the lore behind it. I love the way that the atmosphere is set up. It feels like you are in a medieval tavern. It really sets the tone for the game. And a really cool feature with this is if you want to play VR in bed, they actually offer a tilt setting that will tilt the table up above you if you really want it to, so you can lay flat on your back in your bed and play this game. Demeo is $40. I know that sounds a little steep, but if you know for a fact that you enjoy the turn-based strategy genre, this is one of those games that you're going to get more than your money's worth out of, if I'm being honest. I love everything about this game, especially, as I said earlier, the atmosphere. It just really pulls it all together and really immerses you in that experience. The next game on our list is Beat Saber. Wait, we put Beat Saber on here? Is that... Oh, page 3? Okay. Superhot VR is very similar to the regular game that you would play on your computer or your console, but with this, it just feels so much more immersive. This is $25, but for me, it's well worth it if you are new to VR, as well as anyone that is going to be new to VR that you show your headset off to. It is a great first time experience for those who really want that intense action, but also don't want to get sick while in headset. Now, this has a really high comfort setting, and that's because you're just standing in one place. There's no virtual movement. You don't need to physically move. The only movement you're going to be doing is aiming, punching, or throwing. That's it. Other than that, it's going to be a fantastic experience, and realistically, you could probably have your grandparents get in this game and not have them be sick. This is what it feels like to be John Wick, and I highly recommend this game, even at the $25 price point. I Expect You to Die is one of those rare occurrences that really made me appreciate a puzzler. Now, the puzzles here are not like put pieces together or, shoot a portal. These are more along the lines of escape rooms, and every single scene is different. Sometimes you're in a high-speed chase, sometimes you're at the bottom of the ocean in a submarine. Each experience is unique. There are 3 full games within this trilogy, and I think if you are someone that enjoys puzzles that offer story in them, this is something that's going to be up your alley, because for me, it's really rare to find a puzzle game that has a story that I actually enjoy, as well as feeling that the puzzles are interactive enough to really keep my brain going. As well as the name itself, I Expect You to Die. It is so fitting for what is going to happen to you many a times in this game. And similarly to the Superhot game, you will not be virtually moving. You are actually going to have to physically reach out and, maybe even reach a little farther to grab any objects or items that you need to complete the puzzle that you are in. So starting at $25 a piece, you can get them bundled for around $60, which is all 3 games, and I've seen them on sale for as low as $15. So if you have someone in your life that really enjoys puzzles in an escape room type scenario, or you do and you just really want a story with those puzzles, this is definitely going to be a game that I can highly recommend to any new and or veteran VR user. I will admit that this is not a game that I have played personally. However, I have experienced games similar to this one, and my friends talk about this game every time I bring it up to say I'm going to play it. They try and get me to buy it every single time, so much that it is officially on my 2024 docket for review. That being said, you will clearly see by the footage here, this is a third-person game, and in VR, isn't VR supposed to be first person? That's what I originally thought when I joined the VR community, but after playing a few third-person experiences, it blew me away how much immersion you actually get by playing third person. Even still, trust me, I understand that first person is what feels like you being there, but there are third person experiences out there that offer such a high level of comfort and ambiance from your camera angle that it is just as immersive. So if you're a new player to VR that enjoys a action adventure puzzle-esque game that has a deep, rich story, this is probably something you're going to want to pick up. The comfort on this is unmatched due to you literally not moving and using your hands, or controllers, I should say, as just that, controllers. If you're someone that is very prone to motion sickness, I believe this is something that anybody can play in VR and have a fantastic time. Now, I will say there are two games. I do see them on sale all the time, but I think these games, even if you see them at full price, are going to be well worth your time. The amount of good things I've heard, the amount of reviews that I've watched, the amount of developer blogs that I have seen about this game that just praise it is immense. And that is why it is on my 2024 list of guaranteed plays. I have provided discount links to all the games that I own down below. And if you're going to be buying these from the Quest store, this will be giving you a 25% discount on any full price game, as well as if you have just gotten a headset or you're watching this video before you get your headset, make sure to get a referral link from one of your friends who already owns VR. And if you don't have any friends that own VR yet, feel free to use my referral link below. This will get you a store credit between $30 to $60. All of that can be used to buy your first games. If you pick up any of these games, leave a comment below, let me know what you decided to get, and if you finish it, let me know what you thought of it. That being said, this is the end of the video. My name is ButtorsSomething. I want to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like. And if you want more content similar to this, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button. Again, my name is ButtorsSomething, and I'll see you in the next one.